Today we are going to be checking out the newest snapshot in Minecraft 22W42A. They've added a huge abundance of stuff. I showed my inventory like it would be in there, but it's not. But they've added a lot of new different things, and a lot of it you can see as we're standing just right here. We have the new different signs of how strategically placed those are, but we have a bunch of new different types of signs, and what we're going to do, we're going to go into creative and actually check these out. So we got the oak hanging sign, the spruce hanging sign, and pretty much all throughout all the other signs. Now, from my understanding, how you actually will be making these will be logs instead of planks and everything else, because they're a lot cooler. And I think it also takes chains to make these also. So you might want to experiment with that and just make sure you have enough resources. But this stuff is going to be amazing. But one thing I have actually noticed between these is you see when they're hanging on like a half slab or something above it, it makes chains. But if you come over here and look at it, if it's above a stairs and it needs something to actually hang on to, it creates its own little block above it and it actually hangs on to it. How cool is that? Other than that, the only downside to this is you can't right click on it already while it's already up there, so you actually have to break it and then place another one. But it doesn't hold very many characters. We'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it can only hold 8 characters per line. Which, is that any different than a regular sign? I have no idea. Let's go ahead and test this out. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Jesus. Okay, so yeah, 15 different characters versus 8 characters that it can place. Up next, for some things that they actually added in, has to be these guys right here, and they are wicked as can be. They are called the bamboo doors. Now, bamboo has finally, other than sticks, became a great usage in this game. And now, of course, as you can see, we can make regular doors, which are made out of bamboo, and they got a little window in the middle, which I think is amazing that they added a little window that you can see through. That looks much better than most of the doors that we already have. The entire texture, the actual door handle, and everything else, and then the hinges on this side and everything, you can actually see them, and then the window. Now, I'm sure all the other doors probably have them, but for some reason, this texture just looks amazing. And if we just continue on, it's also usable by villagers. That is amazing. It could just be a retextured door. I don't know how they actually did it. But if we look forward up into here, we got a bunch of new and exciting stuff. So to start it out, we're going to start out over here, and then we'll continue on that way towards some of the more exciting stuff. But here we have bamboo mosaic. It's just pretty much the regular bamboo blocks or the bamboo planks with just a little bit of a different texture on it. So you guys can see that on this one, it's kind of like, isn't the hay bale like this? I actually do not remember if the hay bale is like this. Doesn't it have that weird texture on it? Or was that something else I'm remembering from other times? Okay, so no, it's kind of like not like that at all. So the hay bales kind of look like these. It pretty much looks like a repurposed texture of the actual planks. The planks are repurposed textured of the actual hay bale. And then this is just another version of them that goes this way and this way and this way and then this way. It's very confusing and looks definitely weird, but it's definitely going to add a new set of visually appealing things into the game. Now, on top of that, as usual with Minecraft games, and every time they add in a new block, there's always 50 other versions of that block. So starting this one out, we have the bamboo stairs, and of course it just looks like the regular bamboo block, but it's the stairs version. So if we go ahead and turn, it literally lines up perfectly fine. If we was to put this upside down, you literally wouldn't be able to notice a difference from the top. If you were looking at it from that direction, you wouldn't be able to notice the difference. So it's pretty much just the bamboo block and its texture turned into a stairs, and it works like a regular set of stairs. And of course, on top of one type of block, another type of block, and some stairs, there's usually always the bamboo slab. Now, these ones also have different versions. I didn't see the different versions of these stairs. I could be mistaken, and there could be an actual another version of that. But we do have the 2 different versions of the actual slabs. So these are just the regular ones. I'm pretty sure they turn, right? They turn. Yeah, they do. So no, they don't. Okay, so they don't turn based off of which way you're looking. So they're always facing one direction. And yeah, that's just the slabs. And then we also have the mosaic slabs. So this one kind of just turns how you would expect. It doesn't, but they all have that same texture that the regular planks have. And that's kind of the main basis of everything. And we also have this thing. How does this work? Oh, okay. So we pick up an item and we right click it into this and then hold up to 4 separate items. So right now it took almost all my steak. Okay, so it can hold up to 64 different items. That is weird. So how do we get, okay, so we right click it and it gives us our most recent thing back. I'm pretty sure that the bundle was supposed to be added, I think in 1.19 something or later, or in the earlier versions of Minecraft, but I don't think it ever made it in. It was in for a little bit and then it got taken out in the next snapshot update. So it's nice to finally see that that is in there and usable finally. To the first person, for a person, you know, trying to learn how to use this for the first time, might be a little confusing, and I don't know how they're going to make this usable on console edition because they don't have a right click feature. They might just use it the same way you use like placing blocks or something. So it'd be kind of interesting to see how that actually works later on. We'll test that out whenever it actually comes out to console, if it ever does. But on to the next feature, we now have these little guys, or big guys. They are camels, and of course they work like any other normal animal, but they're literally just a camel. And I had this one in a pen, which is also made out of the new bamboo fences and the new bamboo gates. So if we open this up, we can actually ride these guys if we want to. So I don't know if we can tame them. I'm not really for sure how that works, but if we put this on there, okay, so no taming. Oh, no taming them. It just works. You don't actually have to tame them, which I think is kind of weird. Can we put like chest on the side of them? Let's actually see if that actually works. Chest. Go ahead and throw that in there, and then no, it's not allowing me to actually do any of that, which is kind of confusing because I'm pretty sure people use these a lot. Okay, come on, let's go. Thank you. Wait, I'm facing the wrong direction. Holy crap. So yeah, you cannot put chest in there for whatever reason, and you can't swap it out there. So that's a no-go, which would have been awesome to do, is add chest to, or be able to add shulker boxes to the sides of these guys and make them even more carryable. But yeah, now we have those guys inside of here, and they pretty much sit down and relax whenever they want, and they don't really listen. So I mean, yeah, that's that, but it looks really cool with the new design on there and everything. It makes the saddle look a lot larger, and I'm not for sure, but from the looks of it, it looks like 2 people could sit on there. We'll have to try that out in a multiplayer server one of these days to see if it actually works that way. And up next is probably some of the coolest things they've added into Minecraft ish, I guess you could say, is these new bamboo rafts. So they work like a regular boat. There is literally nothing different than a regular boat other than the texture. I believe this is just a regular boat, switching out the textures, and that is it. So other than, you know, it looking different, it doesn't really function any different. This is my Minecraft character. You can just, you know, go at it. You can turn like normal, and it works like a regular Minecraft boat, just like you'd expect. They've also added in the chest variant of this, because I don't know if it's this update or if it was last update or what it was, but they added the new boats that have pretty much every type of boat that you can get in the game, of every type of wood, also allowing a boat in it. So they added that, and they just finally added in this boat. So they added that chest in there too. So if you just get on it, you're like, okay, I can't access my chest or nothing. You just open your inventory, and there is your boat's inventory. So you can just go ahead and throw a bunch of stuff in there. Now you ain't got it, you can hop off and all your stuff stays inside of it. And can you, oh, you can. So if you shift click and right click to it, you can actually open up the inventory, and it's all right there. But yeah, new boats with a chest on it. You can walk straight through the chest though, which is kind of broken, but hey, I guess, you know, whatever. It's probably just a texture, to be honest with you right now. And whenever it actually gets fully added into the game instead of through a data pack provided by Mojang themselves, it'll probably act a little bit different. And finally, for one of the biggest probably quality of life upgrades into Minecraft and how they've done everything, we have these 2 different things. Now, the only difference that you can probably see right now is the textures between the 2, but one of them is actually functionable versus the other one sort of being functionable. So these ones over here are just regular bookshelves. You place these down and whatever around your actual crafting or your enchanting table. Whenever you throw these things in, they allow you to do a level 30 enchantment if you hit the levels, and pretty much everything else. As long as you can get to your level 30 enchantment, you got enough bookshelves around. So hey, Unbreaking 3 and Looting 3, that was actually kind of good. But on the other hand, this one is really, really cool. So if we go ahead and just get ourselves a book of any type, we'll get that, and then we'll get a random enchanted book. These ones can actually store books, and they change based on texture. They don't actually change based on the books that you have in there, which would be really cool to see, like enchanted books glowing inside of the actual item frame or inside the actual bookshelf itself. And then if you put a red book in there, it'd be cool if you could have dyeable books, so you can dye them different colors. A red book would show up red here and everything else, or you can actually display a name on the side of it. That would be really cool. But yeah, this is the only function I can actually see these things having. So instead of storing all of your enchanted tables in a bunch of chests or a bunch of books inside of a chest, inside of a room, thinking it's a library and using these as design, you can actually have a working library and actually add books to a bunch of things. And of course, you can add regular books in there too. Like I said, the textures don't really change. And if we go ahead and clear up our inventory, put everything in the very top over here, we can actually just right click on it and it actually takes out books. So it's pretty wicked, and they start emptying them out, and then there you go. You have empty spots inside your books. But the only downside to that is it has no actual usage other than that, at least as of now. So if we go ahead and let's go ahead and get another sword. It might let me enchant due to being creative, but it's not giving me the full enchantment. So you can see we're only up to like a level 1 to 3. And that is because, of course, we don't actually have anything around. Now, these might also be affecting us. Let's go ahead and remove these, because that could be probably affecting how it's working over here. Let's see. Remove those real quick and then throw this back in there. Nope, level 1 and level 3. So these bookshelves don't actually have any usages compared to the actual enchanting table, which really sucks, because it'd be cool to have really awesome bookshelves like this actually do something. So like using all of these bookshelves like this around it can give you like a level 15 or 20 or whatever, and then the more books you add, every 10 books that you add is another level, and you have to fill all of them up with specific type of books or whatever to fully be able to get your enchantments. That would be awesome. And as far as I know, that is pretty much the main updates of this thing. Now, they have done a couple small tweaks to the inventory. If you've actually recently looked at it, you see nature blocks, building blocks, functional blocks, redstone blocks. They have spawn eggs, crafting, consumables, combat, and tools and utilities. They have changed a lot of these, because for the longest time, building blocks and nature blocks, those two, I'm pretty sure, were combined into one, and then you just have to scroll down far enough to be able to find the nature blocks. But now they have actually added in a lot of the building blocks, and a lot of them are sorted based on types of wood and color and everything else. So all the oak stuff, if whether it's items consisted of those blocks, and that's what you got to use to craft them, or whatever it is, it goes down the line, and they actually separated and sorted out everything along with the nature blocks. Everything's pretty much sorted into different things. Functional blocks is pretty much all these different things. Now, did I see... I thought I seen the signs in one of these. We probably did, because there's probably signs over here. But yeah, they have everything down here. Everything's sorted into their own types of things. Redstone blocks. They have the mine carts, which is still transportation. And I think, did they take that out recently? Was that just a recent thing? Because they had transportation blocks as their own specific thing, but I think they actually took it out. And then tools and utilities, which is all this. And then combat, which is what you would expect. All the arrows, all the bow type of stuff, all the weapons. Or not all the weapons, but all the armor. And yeah, actually all the weapons up here. I didn't even see them. And then all the consumables, including splash potions, regular potions, and all the different types of foods. I wouldn't say that you actually consume a splash potion, but it's close enough. And instead of separating them, you might as well keep them together. It's a lot better. And then, of course, all the crafting things. I don't know why enchanted books are in crafting, because you don't craft them. It's a random chance out of a enchanted table. But I guess since you do technically put them on your pickaxes or your swords or armor or whatever, I guess you are technically doing some stuff. Some other things they have actually added to the game or have changed is some of the sounds. Now, I'm not going to go through all of those because I don't want to try to test every single sound. But they have various wood types now have unique sounds when placed, broken, or walked on. There are 3 sets of unique sounds of overworld wood types and netherwood types. That is hard to say. And bamboo. So they all have their own separate sounds now instead of bamboo or anything else kind of sounding the same no matter where you're at. Everything has different sounds based on placing and breaking and everything else. So that was the newest update. If anything else actually comes out, I will try to actually beat people to it and try to get on the little bandwidth of showing everybody the newest updates. If there's anything I have missed, let me know down below and I could totally do a video on it. And I'm actually thinking about maybe doing a let's play once this new season comes out all the way, or this new snapshot or update or whatever fully comes out, and we have all these new features. He is literally following me, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He's literally mine now. Sweet. Awesome. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, please let me know down below what your favorite part was, what items you want to have added into Minecraft in a later time, and what in this update that you hate so far. I would be interested in seeing, and it brings some engagement to the channel. So I hope to see you guys down there in the comment section. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.